patrol.
What's happening, sports fans? Got a good one for you tonight on SEC Sports. It's an all Fab Four matchup as the North Polars welcome the Mahtomedi Zephyrs in boys basketball. John Miller and Sam Erickson here to bring you all the action. And John, this is a pretty exciting game we got going on tonight.
Oh, it sure is, Sam. One of our first basketball games of the year, boys basketball Fab Four matchup. It doesn't get any better than this. This is going to be a heck of a game tonight, and I can't wait.
Yeah, we got one team in North here, the host, that we knew was going to be pretty good coming into this season. But Mahtomedi lost a lot of players from last year, but they've been kind of a surprise so far as we take a look at those Metro East standings.
Yeah, if we look at the Metro East standings right now, North St. Paul is 6-0, 11-2 overall. They beat Tartan a couple Saturdays ago in a decisive fashion. This team is playing very well. They got a few seniors on this team, and of course they're led by Good News Capigal, who's doing fantastic as always. And then Mahtomedi, you talked about losing all the seniors this year, but Javon Hadley has stepped up with the loss of Parker Fox, and he's got them to an 11-4 record right now, Sam.
Yeah, we followed that Mahtomedi team really close last year with Parker Fox, as you mentioned. Thought they would be a completely different team without him, but you take a look at the overall record, looking pretty good. Now things getting a little bit tougher in conference, but this is a really strong Metro East. You mentioned Tartan, but let's not forget about St. Thomas Academy, another team that's doing pretty good in Class 3A in this conference as well.
Yeah, led by Sam Vassalero. He's having an outstanding year. He had a technical against Mahtomedi, which would lose him the game. We'll show you those highlights at halftime. But I'm kind of eating some crow on SportsPath. I said Mahtomedi might not win 10 games this year. They've already won 11. They're having Coach Keith Newman is just coaching these guys up. They're a really young squad, and they're playing outstanding.
Yeah, and that's a community and program where a lot of these kids have played together for a long time, so a lot of continuity there. But as you can see, getting into conference, things getting a little bit tougher for the Zephyrs as we move along in the season. Well, we talked about North probably being a good team coming into the season. We knew that because of Good News Capital, but another reason, they got a new coach who's got a pretty nice resume.
Yeah, Coach Damian Johnson. Everybody remembers him. 4 years at the University of Minnesota. He played under Tummy Smith. He was part of the Big Ten All-Defensive Team in 2009. This guy was a defensive specialist. He went on to play Australia and won Defensive Player of the Year for 2 years there and was a 3-time champion. This guy's getting this team in the right direction after the loss of Coach Janquart to Lakeville South. And he's got them going in a place at the top of the Metro East Conference. And this conference is not, a walk in the park, Sam. These guys are, plenty of good players up and down.
Yeah, and, for North St. Paul, Good News Capital, going to be one of our featured players here tonight. Obviously a kid who can score the basketball, but you got to wonder what having such a defensive-minded coach can do for a player like that. Maybe make him an asset on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Yeah, this will definitely be our first peak of him this year, and that's what we kind of felt like his downfall was, where he needed to round out his game last year. He was outstanding shooting the ball. He could stretch the court. He could shoot the long threes. But his downfall was getting back on defense, covering guys like Jordan Horn, and we'll see how he does tonight. I'm really excited for this matchup.
Yeah, with his length, he could really be a shutdown defender. Well, we got two teams here representing two different classes in the state of Minnesota. Mahtomedi, of course, in the smaller 3A class. We'll take a look as they sit right outside that top 20.
Yeah, Mahtomedi, they're sitting right outside the top 20 at 21 right now. Those might be a little different than the Star Tribune, depending on who's doing the rankings, but this team's definitely headed in the right direction. De La Salle's number 1. They did lose to Columbia Heights earlier this year, I believe, and this is a tough conference. 3A is no walk in the park, but I think Coach Keith Newman can lead these guys to at least a state title or state champion playoff berth.
Yeah, and that Columbia Heights team is in the same section as this Mahtomedi team we saw a year ago. Actually defeated Mahtomedi in that section championship, got a berth to the state tournament. So going to be another tough test for Keith Newman and Mahtomedi if they, in fact, get a return trip to that section championship.
Yeah, that was an outstanding game. It really wasn't decided until the last 2 minutes, till Shane Frost got a technical, and that really changed the game.
And over in Class 4A, we got North St. Paul. They're looking very good, 15, but they got a really tough section as well in Section 4A.
Yeah, I think we're really going to see how this North St. Paul team, how good they really are in the next couple of weeks here. They played a little bit lesser competition. They play a lot of 3A teams, but how good would they play against Eden Prairie, Cretin-Durham Hall with Daniel Oturu? We don't know. They don't have this. I don't think they have the size to match up with those kinds of teams, Sam.
We'll take a look at the QRF, kind of a numerical ranking of these teams. You see North St. Paul sitting at 13. Woodbury, number 10 in their section as well. It's a team that actually beat North St. Paul earlier in the year. And then Cretin-Durham Hall also occupies that section 4A.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's taken off Cretin-Durham Hall this year. Sam, Daniel Oturu, of course, is the center, about 6'10". He's going to be going to the University of Minnesota.
I think we might be starting our national anthem here, so we'll step aside for the playing of that. And we'll rejoin you when it's done.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we at the twilight's last gleam, whose frost stripes and bright stars through the fair brothers fight. All the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare bombs are burst in the air, gave fruit to the night that a flag was to bear.
I think it's safe to say the singer lost a little bit of the wording there for the national anthem, but that's okay. Let's get started with this game, Sam.
Got some help from the crowd as we all got through that. Yeah, we're getting ready for tip here. Got a good one as North St. Paul welcoming Mahtomedi in Metro East basketball action. We're done with the anthem. We're going to do some introductions. We're going to take a look at some of our featured players, and that includes Mahtomedi's sophomore, Javon Hadley.
Yeah, Javon Hadley, you know, really with this Mahtomedi team, anybody can step up, but this kid has been stepping up so far. Just a sophomore, 16.2 points per game. This kid can light it up. He really likes it down low, and then he can stretch the floor just like Good News can. But as I said, he's just a sophomore. He's still coming into his game. He's going to make some mistakes. We saw that against St. Thomas the last game he played. He's got to correct that, and I think he will. And he's going to lead this Mahtomedi team in the next couple of years to places where Keith Newman wants them to go, which could be a state title berth.
Yeah, and he's going to have probably one of his toughest tasks of the season, having to defend Good News Capedgel here in this one. But with the loss of Parker Fox, you wondered if Mahtomedi could have somebody with the size to match up against North St. Paul and Good News Capedgel, and I think Javon Hadley at least gives him a decent opportunity, standing at 6'5", and that's what Good News right there goes. He's 6'5", and that's another one of our featured players.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right when it comes to the matchup size. Hadley's going to have his hands full. Good News Capedgel is personally, one of our favorite players. He averaged over 20 points a game last year. A little regress this year, averaging only 19.3, but he's got this team to a better record already at this point than they were last year. This kid can stretch the floor. He can shoot from 5 feet beyond the three-point arc. He's got great handles. He's a great player, and he definitely should be playing somewhere at the next level.
Now take a look at head coach Keith Newman of the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. We mentioned they got a step away from the state tournament a year ago. He did nothing but rebuild, and this team's already at 11 wins the next year. And just kind of, as we mentioned, that continuity to the program, and that's what's led to Mahtomedi's success for these past couple seasons. Been a team we've talked about in the Metro East.
Yeah, you definitely can't underestimate the job he's done this year, Sam. I mean, he lost his whole starting varsity squad last year, and he completely had to retool. And like you said, he's got this team with 11 wins already this year. And now we're getting into the Metro East, really the battles. And this is going to be a lot of fun in the next coming month and a half.
So yeah, taking a look at those section standings, we kind of touched on this a few moments ago, but Mahtomedi, both these teams really in really difficult sections. You take a look at that QRF, that's kind of their ranking within their class in the state, a good barometer for that. You see Mahtomedi at 16, but with 3 teams ahead of them in their own section. Yeah,
all good teams ahead of them. This, very impressive. And then you see North St. Paul sitting at 13, so they're both respectively in the same spot in different conferences. As we talked about, North St. Paul is in 4A, Mahtomedi is in 3A, but these teams match up very well, and this should be an outstanding game.
North controls the tip. I mean, you saw Tartan there behind North St. Paul coming at 25. That's a team that's 13-2 on the season, so what a section that is. North controls the tip. Bryce Phillips inside, nothing on the dunk, no call. Rebound to Khalil Golden, and he'll put it back in for 2. And the Polars will get on the board first.
Yeah, good news. They tried to oop it to him early on the going. They're trying to try to feed him early and get him started off with a hot start.
Excellent back cut from Javon Hadley to get open, and his lay-in ties it.
Yeah, great body control to get that 2. Nice feed into the post there.
Here's Golden. Goes back up to the top of the key, works its way around to Bryce Phillips. Phillips from the wing takes drive baseline. Nowhere to go, has to toss it out. And gets a kind roll to Capedgel out on the arc. He's going to drive into the lane, stopped at the free throw line. And now out with Golden. Mahtomedi doing a good job of slowing the Polar offense. See what North can do here on the half court. It looked like came off of Jack Shea is what they're going to say. So it stays with North St. Paul, and this possession continues here.
Sam, I had a good view of that. I don't think that came off Shea at all. I think it went off Sims's leg. Nonetheless, North St. Paul keeps possession.
That's the look I had too, John. And see if North can capitalize. Golden wide open from 3. Left it a little short. Rebound, though. And Langford Johnson comes down with it. He's going to take Jack Shea on one-on-one. Gets the shot off. Contact, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, Langford Johnson, just a sophomore. Very impressive move there to the basket, drawing the foul. That's what I think North St. Paul is going to have trouble with here. North St. Paul is very quick. Mahtomedi is not as quick as North St. Paul, so it's going to be really tough guarding these guys, and that could be the final factor coming into this game, Sam.
Yeah, Langford Johnson, a kid we saw a couple times a year ago, knew that contributing as a freshman last year, he would certainly be a part of this team. Now got a starting spot, at least for this game.
He definitely looks a little bigger, a little more filled out, coming into his own as a player. He'll be an exciting one to watch tonight.
Langford Johnson sinks 1 of 2 from the line. Full court trap now coming from the Polars. Zephyr's able to break it down. Shea uncontrolled, throws up the layup. Travel comes before the shot attempt. So the ball will go the other direction.
Yeah, that was just Shea trying to do too much. He had some open players out on the wing, and he unfortunately just a little too erratic right there.
Head coach Keith Newman not agreeing with that call. Felt there was a little bit of contact before Shea took a walk. Capedgel holds it on the elbow. Kamara Logo guarding against him. Cutting is Sims. Sims lays up the basket, rattles around, and finally falls in. And it's a 5-2 lead for North.
Yeah, nice job by Good News. Waiting for that play to develop, waiting for that cut. Sims just goes in for the bucket.
Lindquist kicks back out to Shea. Shea off the dribble to the right. Floater off the glass. That comes off. Langford Johnson. Outlet pass up to Bryce Phillips, off the glass and in.
Yeah, that's where North really excels. We saw them do that a lot last year, a lot of outlet passes to Phillips, and Phillips is going to burn you down the court, Sam.
So just under 15 and a half left to go. First half, Lindquist, quite a drive. And he's got Mahtomedi on the board again.
Yeah, one thing is North St. Paul doesn't want to see if Lindquist gets hot, this Mahtomedi team will be hot.
Phillips, easy take, way too strong. I think he expected some contact.
I think you're exactly right on that one, Sam. He looked like he kind of led with his body on that, expecting the contact to come, and unfortunately just airballed the layup.
Sometimes you just get a little too excited when you're that wide open. So Hadley drops it down. This is Meltzer. Meltzer tries a cross-court pass. That's taken away from Phillips. Takes a Euro step, leaves that one making no contact. Now Mahtomedi tries to frantically outlet.
Mahtomedi needs to slow it up. In order to beat this North St. Paul, they need to do what the Timberwolves would against Gold State. Slow it up. Don't let them get quick, fast break points.
Yeah, nice job there by Hadley. He was the one who eventually slowed it up. The sophomore now with the ball. Logan now with a three. That's off the iron. Goes to Jack Shea.
They don't want Laro to get hot either. He did score 28 points against St. Thomas Academy. He was on fire that game. He couldn't be stopped.
Carmoga Laro, misspoke a moment ago, just short from Lindquist. Rebound out to Sims. Now Capedjo brings it across half court. He'll pop the three-pointer. That's off the back iron. Battle on the board. Won by Golden. He'll draw contact from Lindquist. And that's going to be a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, nice job here by Golden just to get up and contend for that missed three-pointer by Good News Capegla. And, you know, he just sticks his hand up there. And Lindquist really should have just been going for the ball, and he would have had a nice chance to get it. Unfortunately, he didn't. And on the other end of the court, we saw Lindquist miss the three. He is known to force some three-pointers once in a while.
Well, it looked like maybe a few players forgot about that it was just a one free throw attempt. Just a couple slow to react there. Ball's going to stay with North St. Paul after the miss. So a few mental mistakes here early for the Zephyrs. Capedjo gets the inbound turnaround, Jay, and that hits nothing but net.
Too easy, Sam. He made that move look too easy, like he makes that in his sleep.
Now we got a reach-in foul on Capedjo.
Yeah, Good News just getting a little too antsy. Coach Damian Johnson told him to calm down just a little bit. As we highlighted in the pregame, he's probably definitely teaching them how to play some good defense. A lot of these kids coming up these days, they don't know how to play defense, but having Damian Johnson probably got to be a treat.
You can certainly see early on there's an emphasis on pressure. As we've seen full court press once from North, and Bryce Phillips picking up Lindquist in the back court. So Meltzer tries to switch it over to Laro, too high. And a ball will go to North St. Paul.
Yeah, this Mahtomedi team's just making a lot of unforced shots, unforced passes. They're picking up their dribble when they should keep dribbling. I'm sure Keith Newman's going to call a timeout here pretty soon and get this team under control, because right now they're playing really antsy. They probably feel like they have a lot to prove, Sam. You know, Metro East, North St. Paul's right at the top right now at 6-0. They got to come in playing their best, and they're playing tight.
We saw the 11-4 record. Phillips off again. That again hits nothing. Sims can't keep it alive, and it'll go back to the Zephyrs.
Yeah, Chapman's got to play a little better defense on that box out. He watched the ball go past him, and he didn't bother to box out his offensive player that he should have been covering, and he had a really good chance of keeping possession alive for North St. Paul.
Talk about the youth of this Zephyr squad. Cole Chapman listed at 6'10", but only a sophomore.
Another unforced error, Sam.
Out of the reach, Golden gonna drive baseline. Looks like he even took some contact, but made it anyway, and it is 13-4 in a hurry. 13 minutes left to go in the first half. Shea able to keep it alive. That gets down into Chapman, and the big man touches it in, 13-6. And we'll have a timeout with 12:53 to go in the half.
Yeah, great job of splitting that full court press. I thought they were caught dead here at the start of that full court press, and then they ended up getting an outlet pass, and then North St. Paul was beat. If you're able to pull out through that full court press, you end up getting layups like that, as Chapman had.
Yeah, you can see why Keith Newman put in Chapman. Going to be pretty easy for him to make buckets if he's that wide open under the basket. We'll take a look at the Zephyr upcoming schedule here.
Huge test, February 2nd versus Tartan, second place team in the Metro East, but they're also ranked near the top of Class 4A. And then if you go down, St. Thomas Academy, the next game, they're a really good team led by Sam Vassalero.
That's a team Mahtomedi actually won in the first game, so it'll be interesting to see what happens at St. Thomas's place.
Yeah, I definitely felt like the game was a little changed after Sam Vassalero got called for that technical, which I think you'll see in the highlights at halftime, but that completely swung the momentum of the game, and Mahtomedi just didn't look back. But I think that St. Thomas really is a really good team. They've only lost to the top-ranked teams in 4A when they're a Class 3A team.
Yeah, record a little deceptive. They're around the 500 mark, but as you mentioned, a 3A school playing a lot of 4A schools, something that the Zephyrs have to do in conference as well. like they're doing right now.
All
Three-pointer
top
off
10.
the mark. Chapman grabs it down. And now it's with Javon Hadley over to Timmy Lindquist, who will set up the Mahtomedi offense.
They'll definitely need Chapman because they got to play big. This is a big North St. Paul team.
Hadley kicks it out. Three-pointer too strong. Tapped by a North St. Paul player and out of bounds. They'll stay with the Zephyrs.
Yeah, Mahtomedi's not afraid to take threes. This is a team that really thrives off of it. And one person they want to see get three-pointer shots is Lindquist, you know, the star lacrosse player, football player. This kid's got it all, and he's definitely an athletic kid. And there's another unforced error, Sam.
They're starting to rack up the turnovers, are the Zephyrs. That one just miscommunication. And what was a second chance given to him by North St. Paul turns into a turnover.
Yeah, it's just something you really didn't want to see if you're Coach Keith Newman. You're already down 7. You drop an inbounds play, they run it, and then they just throw it straight out of bounds where nobody was within 10 feet of the ball.
Langford Johnson bringing up the court. He'll hand it off. It's Titus Dean, number 2. Over to Golden from the wing for 3. That's off short. Hadley going for the rebound. Taps it to Jack Shea. Shea gets it taken by Capello, who goes up for the slam. And that'll make it 15-6.
Nasty, Sam. That was a dunk, man. You can tell Good News has definitely gotten a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger coming into this year. Senior, this kid should be playing at the next level somewhere next year, Sam, as we talked about in the pregame.
Timmy Lindquist bring it up. I think they got Titus Dean on the reach in.
He said, Javon Hadley, not in my house. Throws it down right in Hadley's face. Beautiful. Sports Center top 10, that one.
And we'll see if Capello gets above the rim again in this one. That was pretty early on, so I'm betting there's a good chance we'll see him do that again.
I think we definitely got to save that highlight for Sports Path this upcoming Wednesday, Sam.
Armogalero driving, shot from the free throw line, doesn't go. The lefty gets it again and fouled after getting his own offensive board. And I think Lero will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Lero looking for his first points of the night. This kid had a pretty good game, as we talked about, against St. Thomas, but I think, you know, the rest of the year he isn't averaging too much.
Yeah, coming into this one, 11.1, so one of actually a handful of players for the Zephyrs squad averaging over 10 points a game.
Yeah, they have 5 players averaging over 10 points a game. Like I said, any of these 5 guys gets hot, they're gonna have a chance. Lero was hot one night, Lindquist a couple days ago as well. You know, we'll just see who steps up tonight, but somebody has to, because or else this is gonna get ugly early.
So 15-7, Lero at the free throw line for number 2. That's up and good, so converts them both. And with 11:15 to go in the first half, it's a 15-8 Polars lead. Phillips, this is DeJuan Carter, number 5. The floater from about the free throw line, the elbow. That drops. And it's 17-8. North shooting pretty hot here to start.
Yeah, they sure are, Sam. They just look like the better team right now. Much more athletic, much more size. They're moving the ball. They're calling out screens. Mahtomedi is just very slow, very sloppy, making unforced passes like we just saw.
That one's going to stay with the Zephyrs as it's poked away. I think that was Sims getting to it, number 10.
That's what I noticed last time Mahtomedi played St. Thomas. A lot of the guys, they'll bring it up the court and then they stop their dribble. You never stop your dribble if you're at the top of the key. It's something you're taught in 3rd grade.
Javon Hadley dropped down to Jack Shea. Shea draws contact. And we'll go to the line.
Yeah, Shea averaging 13 points per game this year. He could definitely score. Coach Damian Johnson telling that low post defender, hey, just stick your arms up and you won't be called for that foul. As we've seen, the refs have been letting them play just a little bit down low, Sam. Stick your arms up. This is high school basketball.
Shea good on the first attempt. Mahtomedi making some of these last couple possessions just by getting to the free throw line, getting a couple free points. Shea knocks them both down.
And Mahtomedi is going to have to make all their free throws. They're pretty much going to have to play flawless if they're going to stay in this game, Sam.
Phillips with Chapman on him. Chapman looking for somebody to switch. Phillips goes off the dribble. Now it comes back out. And that's rejected by Hadley, as it was Titus Dean going up for the layup. Good ball movement from the Polars, but Hadley was right there. Now underneath, Chapman loses the ball. Phillips cross-court pass. This is a three-pointer, and that's good. As DeJuan Carter off the bench nails a three from the wing.
Yeah, it's on Chapman. He had the ball down low. I know he's just a sophomore, but you're so big. You got to be strong with it. Go up with the ball. Nobody's bigger than you on this court. This is your court. Nice shot by Phillips, however. That was good coming off the hand, Sam.
There into Chapman. Chapman's been worked all the way behind the three-point arc. Now into Hadley. Hadley's got good size and gets it to rattle home.
Hadley with 6 points in the early going. They're going to have to keep him hot.
DeJuan Carter from way out. That comes off the heel. Rebound to Titus Dean. And up and under for another easy two.
Yeah, Titus Dean gets his first 2 points of the night, and he took a lot of contact on that. I'm surprised the foul wasn't called. Like we said, you know, just play decent defense. The refs will let you play.
Got a foul underneath, and I think it's Demenya working against Cole Chapman.
It's either that or Lawrence Cochran, number 21. I'm not sure.
You got that right. Sorry, looking at the wrong players. Laquan Cochran, number 21. And Javon Hadley's going to take a seat. So that's a fifth team foul on the Polars. Mahtomedi only with 2 team fouls.
Yeah, Mahtomedi's got to go on a little bit of a run here, as they have, with good news coming out.
Chapman gets the inbound, hands it to Lindquist. Now with Shea at the top of the key. Carmelo Galero makes a move, steps back. He's looking for room to shoot, doesn't find it. And then Zach Centers draws contact, so that's 6 team fouls now on the Polars.
Yeah, it looks like DeJuan Carter just got caught playing with his body rather than just playing good defense, putting his hand in his face. I don't think Damian Johnson's too happy about that call, or about his player getting called for that foul, but it was a great call.
Mahtomedi is able to get another quick foul. They've spent a lot of time here in this first half in the bonus, and they've done a good job at the free throw line.
I'd say you feed it down low, keep drawing fouls, and that's going to keep you in this first half of the game. See, like right there, Lindquist had the lane. If he would have just drove it up the court, defender would have played off. He would have had Centers there for a three.
The North St. Paul defender's hands have been active all day long. Even a simple handoff like that, that's not going to be easy. Titus Dean getting a hand in there to disrupt.
Yeah, Lindquist had that lane. He should have just kept driving and then dish it off. And now we have Hadley and Capigo back in the game for North and Mahtomedi.
Hadley took a short breather. Laro hand off to Shea. Shea still with it. It was tipped by Carter. Now Mahtomedi had an odd rush, but a trip's going to be called.
It's going to put him in the 1-and-1, Sam, with 8:18 left to go. That's a huge foul.
And that one, not sure if Lindquist looked like he maybe was losing the ball a little bit. We'll see who that goes against. I think it's Capegel, so that's his second.
Let's just talk about how fast and how aggressive North St. Paul is playing. That call was questionable, however.
Lindquist sinks the first one, maybe a little contact, but not a lot there. I think Lindquist probably initiated the contact, losing the ball.
Yeah, nice job by Lindquist converting that 1-and-1. Now he's got another shot, but yeah, definitely. Now Capigo's got 2 fouls on him already with 8:18 left to go. That's not a good sign, but it's very good if you're a Mahtomedi player.
I think a smart decision, too, from Coach Johnson. 9-point lead, 8:18 to go. Have him sit down for a couple minutes. Probably don't need him right now. See what happens here in the next few.
Up by 9. Yeah, exactly right, Sam.
So Dylan Bateman, number 23, coming out of the court for North St. Paul. He's joined by DeJuan Carter with the ball up and under with the layup. And a foul on the Zephyrs.
Yeah, must have just hit him on the elbow, Sam. I didn't see much. Bryce Phillips, man, he is fun to watch, Sam, as well as DeJuan Carter. This kid, all these kids are very good with the ball in their hands, making the shot for themselves.
So Carter at the line, shooting 2. First one is good.
Yeah, Carter now up to 6 points, looking for his 7th point. Yeah, we'll see the foul right here. Let's take a check. Carmelo Galero on him.
See Laro trying to reach around with that right arm. I think the officials got to that one, although they did call it a shooting foul. So
it was a little chintzy.
Yeah, maybe he had a case on Laro before the shot, but
giving one back for that good news foul, Sam.
And Carter does his job at the line, knocks them both down, so lead back up to 11 for North St. Paul. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. This is Fab 4 basketball on SEC Sports. Laro drives to the left, takes it up through traffic, doesn't fall. Meltzer with the follow-up, gets the foul and the bucket.
Great job by Meltzer, just getting that offensive rebound. That was a huge board. And then doing what Chapman should have done earlier, just going up strong with the ball. You're bigger than mostly everybody on the court. You're going to get a foul drawn on you most of the time. Just go up strong. Get yourself an and one opportunity, Sam.
Yeah, Meltzer could be an interesting player in this game. Not the tallest at only 6'3" listed, but he's got good size, so it could be disruptive underneath.
Definitely, Sam. He looks bigger than 6'3". He's, yeah, as you said, he's got that broader frame on him, and now he makes. Oh, he missed it.
Yeah, that's 6'3", maybe a height from a year or two ago. Is looking next to 6'10" Cole Chapman. I don't think he's given up that many inches.
Yeah, he looks a good 6'5", Sam.
So Phillips now off the dribble. He has to drop it back to Carter. Carter steps back, three. Off the front iron, rebound goes to the Polars and back out to Phillips. Phillips drives fade away, that's short. Rebound, Cochran puts it in. So a couple chances there for North, finally able to capitalize.
Yeah, Cochran, great offensive board, getting his first 2 points of the night. Man, it's really fun to see this North St. Paul team just make shots for themselves and go up so strong on the boards to get their another offensive opportunity.
Cole Chapman nearly lost the ball, able to get it out to Hadley, back into Chapman, makes a move, strong, and the rebound to Cochran. Now North St. Paul looking to push it up the other way.
That's what you like to see, though, out of Chapman, Sam. Go up strong with it, go up for the board.
Langford Johnson, the quick three. And the rebound to Chapman.
Yeah, this Mahtomedi team is going to be filthy in a few years, Sam, especially with Chapman and his size. He's still growing into his body.
Laro's got another year left. Three-pointer counts and a foul. I think they will count the three, but a foul coming after. Not sure if they got it on Chapman.
That was a weird call there, Sam. I'm not sure what was called on that.
I think there's a battle for the potential rebound.
Did they count the three? I don't know.
26-18 in here.
That's what the score just was.
So no basket. DeJuan Carter from way out. And that'll make it 29-18.
That's a 6-point swing right there, Sam, off of a foul. I wonder, that was a weird series of events.
Yeah, it was a little obstructed, so I couldn't exactly see what the official was signaling. Laro gonna let one fly. I'm telling you, this kid can get hot. That one didn't look like it had any chance the way he let it go.
Yeah, we saw him against St. Thomas, as I talked about that, his 28 points. He could have shot a ball behind his head and he would have drained it. That kid just couldn't miss. Even the bank was open for him at night past closing time.
And Mahtomedi is going to need that if they want to get back in this one. 29-21. Phillips wide open for three.
Woo.
And you're not going to be able to do that
all day, Sam. He had all the time in the world to just spot up, relax. I think he had enough time to praise Jesus and then shoot that three. It was just poor defensive movement by Mahtomedi.
Laro's going to put up another one quick. Nothing but net there.
Lord.
Not only has been making them, they've been just dropping straight down.
Got to get back though and play
points
defense,
are flying. As DeJuan Carter races up the other end.
I like this DeJuan Carter, Sam. This kid's a baller, already up to 12 points tonight. He's playing aggressive, he's playing fast, and he's got the ball in his hands. He ain't afraid to shoot.
So 34-24, 4:59 left to go in the opening half. Keith Newman takes a timeout, as I think we all need a breath. Good run there. So 34-24, take a timeout. And I think we'll take a look at who Damian Johnson and the North St. Paul Polars have coming up on their schedule.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest test coming up here, we'll have to wait a couple weeks until the 9th and the 13th. A few games I think we might be on, Sam, versus St. Thomas Academy and Tartan. That Tartan team, as we talked about, North St. Paul beat them to give them their first loss of the year. But that was a 2 or 3 point game. It's going to be a very good matchup, but this time it's at Tartan and not North. And then they play Mahtomedi again on the 23rd. Otherwise, I think this this North St. Paul team has maybe 2 tough games on their schedule the rest of the way going, and they could go in on a roll into the section tournament and then maybe the state.
You don't see any losses on there. Teams that they haven't beat. Don't know a whole lot about La Crosse Central, but that shouldn't affect their standing here in the state of Minnesota. But, you know, beat a St. Thomas Academy already, beat Tartan, albeit close games.
Yep.
Got the lead against Mahtomedi here, and then everybody else is below them in those Metro East standings that they have remaining on the schedule. So chance here for, you know, if everything goes right, North St. Paul may run the table in this Metro East Conference.
Yeah, they should be. Yeah, they're projected to win every game, Sam, I think. Maybe Tartan tops, but even that Duluth East team I don't think is that great. This is going to be a fun ride, Sam, and, you know, it's going to be good for them to just keep winning and going to stride into the section tournament.
We talked about how #1 team in state shares their section. You got another 3-pointer. This one's Zach Centers for Mahtomedi. But
Somebody get
#1
some ice, Sam. These kids are on fire.
Yeah, I know, it's nice. I know it got a little warmer here today in Minnesota, but boy, the gym here is certainly heating up, and these shooters are as well. Bryce Phillips, it's his turn.
Woo!
Knocked one down a moment ago. Another one, I've lost count of how many consecutive threes we've just seen.
Yeah, Bryce Phillips already up to 8 points, but he's feeling it. Even on the threes he's missed, he's come dang near close, Sam. These kids are on fire.
Now Hadley kicked out to Laro. Laro wanted it.
Laro should have dumped it out to Centers there, Sam.
Golden, excellent job to close him down. Now Laro lets it go. And I'm telling you, this kid is magic. He's literally magic.
He sure is, Sam. This is crazy. This is a lot of fun here. Laro's already up to 13 points, 2 above his average.
I'm going to go shake his hand and then hop a flight to Vegas.
Look at that, taking all the contact, staying with it, making
Let me shake
shot.
that left hand and go to Las Vegas. There's some luck in there.
Maybe just Treasure Island might work.
Yeah, that's true. So Laro makes another bucket, a chance to do 3 points the old-fashioned way. Can't make probably the easiest shot he's had in the last 4 he's taken.
Yeah, you're definitely
Now
right.
Carter drives baseline after the pump fake.
Nice
He
board
can't
by
get
Centers.
that to go. Centers does a good job, goes all the way to the other end, off the glass, and it's 37-31, so the Zephyrs in it. Aaron pass from North St. Paul. Chapman didn't see it, just throw some arms up, hit off his back, but stayed alive. Now Chapman gets it back. Can't get the fast break layup to go. Ball goes out of bounds. Who knows whose it is? Referees point to the Polars.
Somebody get Zach Centers some Gatorade, because he had the 3 straight possessions where he played perfectly. He had a great rebound. He went back and he scored a contested layup to get them down by 6. And then he came back and he stole another pass. Just
Mahtomedi
insane.
Able to get back into this one, 37-31. John, you think Coach Keith Newman of the Zephyrs wants his team to be playing at this this pace right here?
I don't think they do, but I don't think he does. I think he's not going to complain about it, because his guys are on fire. And when you're on fire, you got to just keep chucking it up. You got to get the little heat checks in there, especially with Laro. He's a streaky player, and when he's on, he's on.
You notice Laro has taken his seat now, so Keith Newman gambling that hot streak is over, or at least letting him cool for a second or two. Now a move from Cochran, goes baseline, rebound to Capedgel, doesn't go.
Nice board by Lindquist, jumping up, coming down with it like a man.
Jack Shea got to the basket, but too strong, gets the ball back, drops to Meltzer, excellent pass, and Meltzer loops it up and in, and it's a 4-point game.
Oh, that backdoor to Meltzer was filthy, Sam.
Got a call before, and I think it's away from the ball. It's going to be an offensive foul on Jawan Carter.
They're in the double bonus, Sam. It's 10 fouls now. They're going to go down. And let's see this push-off by, Jawan Carter completely extended both arms on that foul. That was not what you needed. If you're Coach Johnson, I think you try to slow your players down. They're starting to play a little antsy, but this Mahtomedi team, great answer to come back. Now they're only down by 4.
So timeout taken, and believe North St. Paul taking that. That foul was away from the ball. Not sure if we'll have free throws with that here in high school basketball. We'll wait and see, but I think they're figuring out the timeout before they decided on the free throws and all that.
And folks, we want to remind you all to volunteer, or you could volunteer here at SEC TV. As you see our volunteer on the camera work, you could call Arlen Becker at the number listed on the screen, or his email. And there's Lisa. She does great camera work for us, as always, especially with Sports Path. It's a lot of fun. You get free Subway, or you can even try your hand at broadcasting if you guys are like. We're always looking for more people down here at SEC TV.
Yeah, couldn't do it without our volunteers, so we want to thank them again, as always. And the more volunteers we get, the more camera angles we potentially can get and all that good stuff, more replays. So more volunteers, the better the broadcast. So hopefully some of you come out and help us out. So Jack Shea somehow keeps alive, gets it to Lindquist. Lindquist to Meltzer. Meltzer off the glass.
Oh, my Lord. That was a beautiful pass to pass. Great ball movement on that to get Meltzer the 2-point shot.
I just realized I guess we won't have those free throws. Mahtomedi able to get 2 points anyway, but what a pass as Golden cut into the basket. And it's back to a 4-point lead again for the Polars.
Hadley's got to dribble with his left and go up the court.
You can see
I know
he's
it's
not nearly
offhand.
as comfortable. Capetto completely playing to that right hand, and he still wasn't going. Lindquist dropped down to Shea. Shea gets the bucket on the block.
This looks like a totally different Mahtomedi team the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game, and they look impressive. This team is very good.
And good news, Capetto was on the bench for a lot of that with the 2 fouls. And I think he just got bailed out there. It looked like he maybe lost the basketball himself. Foul comes in on Mahtomedi. That's going to be their 5th team foul, so a couple more. And the Polars will be in the bonus.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get Hadley with the little reach in right there. Unfortunately, yeah, it did look like he hit all ball, and Good News lost it.
It's interesting when Good News went to the bench, felt like the pace of play really increased, something I thought that would favor North St. Paul, but actually it allowed Mahtomedi to come back into this game. You know, he saw some magical, as I said, shooting from Camargo Lara and some other things that went to the Zephyrs' benefit, including a lot of fouls, and Lindquist is going to get 2 shots from the free throw line.
He is, Sam, and I think really what happened during a timeout with Keith Newman a couple minutes ago is he told his big man to start playing more aggressive. You're bigger than some of these guys that are out on the court. You got Hadley, he's taller than Good News, and then you have Meltzer, who's bigger than his opponent right there, number 21, Cochran. Just go up with the ball. If you get contact, you're going to get yourself some easy points on free throws.
We've also seen some of those front court defenders of the Polars fall asleep a couple times where Meltzer able to make a little back cut pass drop to him for an easy bucket. So Lindquist good on the first of 2 in the double bonus, sinks the second, and I believe since 0-0, we're back tied, this time at 39.
Yeah, Lindquist actually going to play lacrosse on a scholarship down in, I think it's Missouri.
Phillips tried to work around. And Zach Center's getting in the way of that pass, out of bounds, but he'll stay with North.
Yeah, it's all tied up, Sam. This is crazy. This is just what I think we all thought here coming into this game. They might be 2 teams in 2 different sections of basketball, 4A and 3A, but they always have a good go at it.
These 2 battled it out for Metro East Crown a year ago. Mahtomedi winning that. But North St. Paul was right there the whole way, and Good News gets the contact. You got to wonder what it's going to be like, though, when number 1's in the game for most of the second half.
Oh yeah, I think Good News isn't very happy right now, knowing that he committed that foul and then he had to be benched for a good little bit, and that they were up by 10 when he went down, and now it's all tied up here, even when he's come back in. So Mahtomedi is definitely feeling it, but I think Good News is a little rattled right now. See a nice spin move, then he'll miss it. He'll go back. He'll get his own rebound right here, and then he'll go back up, and he'll eventually get fouled by Chapman.
Good News short on that first one. Gets the legs back into it for the second shot. And 40-39, Laro with a dangerous inbound pass.
Got to come back to the basketball. Good News was just praying on that ball. Once it was up in the air, his eyes were like a hawk. He almost came and got that out of Hadley's hands.
But Mahtomedi very lucky to have Hadley. Basically similar, same frame as Good News.
Just a sophomore, Sam. This kid's going to beef up a little bit the next couple of years. He's going to be a good ball player.
Chapman trying to take on Good News. Doesn't know what to do with it. Pivots a lot, now gets it back.
Go back up with
Got the size advantage up again. That doesn't go. Tries to battle for the rebound. And Capetto takes it up to Golden. Golden off the glass. And 42-39, North on top.
Yeah, great Great fast break points there by North St. Paul, but also a great idea by Chapman just to keep going up with it. Eventually you could get hacked, and when you stretch your arms out, you're feet away from the rim.
He nearly got that to go. You're starting to see the confidence grow in Chapman a little bit. Hadley a little lazy on the pass as it gets taken away.
Unforced errors, I told you make a few in pre-game, Sam. He's just sophomore, so his decision-making isn't that hot just yet.
Pedro three-pointer. Chapman able to get a big hand out there. Dish to Golden, who goes baseline, up, under, and in. Check that was number 2, Titus Dean. And it's a 5-point lead for the Polars again. Under 10 seconds left to go in the half. Lindquist going to try and get a bucket for the Zephyrs. Excellent pass into Chapman. Chapman gets the roll. And as time expires.
Oh, so close.
Bryce Phillips had a nice first half. That one goes right off the heel of the iron. And as the dust settles, it's a 44-41 North St. Paul lead at the end of the first half.
Great job by Coach Keith Newman, as you can see right here. He did a great job calling a timeout when his team needed it, down by 10, and creating a game plan while Good News Capigo went to the bench with a couple fouls in order to get his team back in the game. It also helped that Laro was just on fire, Sam.
Yeah, it looked like this one was maybe going to get out of hand for a second. North St. Paul got the lead to 12. Mahtomedi ended up tying it, but it's North St. Paul by 3 at the half. Well, as we stay with you through halftime, got a couple clips for you coming from our show Sports Path that John and I host the first and third Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. live right here on SEC Community. And throughout the Sports Path season, we scour our social media in search of the biggest prep sports news in the area, all the stuff that you bring to us. So why don't we go ahead and check out our latest edition of the social media montage from Sports Path right now. All right, to start out this edition of the montage, we go back to a few weeks ago when the Tartan boys basketball team was showing some love to one of their former players. If you watched last winter's season on SEC Sports, you may have seen a familiar face. That is Jordan Horn. Horn was a standout player for Tartan and went on to play Division I basketball at Siena. Tartan tweeted a photo of the team huddled around the TV watching a Siena game, a great team bonding moment right there.
And then finally, we have a tweet from our very own Alex Westad. You may have seen Alex in our recent episode of Coach's Corner, as well as announcing some of the games we broadcast here on SEC Community. And Alex follows Section 4 AA hockey pretty closely, and he recently tweeted out his Section 4 AA boys hockey rankings. This is, of course, one of the best sections of boys hockey year after year. Well, it's been, Stillwater versus Hill Murray final many times in boys hockey in the past few years, but this year it's shaping up to be some other teams at the top of that conference, Sam.
Yeah, it would definitely be a fun one if White Bear is in the final this year. Looks good for them, of course. We always want to remind you to tweet at us, though, if you want to be included in that social media montage. And I think that's all we have for this week's edition of the social media montage. So there's a little peek at the social media montage. You got some highlights from an episode of Sports Path. This is from Mahtomedi and St. Thomas, and as well we have North St. Paul versus Tartan. So a couple highlights from our last episode of Sports Path for some Fab 4 basketball.
We're going to take you to a tough Metro East matchup between St. Thomas Academy and the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, both starting out the year decently. And now Camargo Lara boosts the Zephyrs ahead with an early three-pointer, making it 17-2. Drano, now after hesitating on a shot, Jack Stoltman will eventually kick this one out to Noah Chamberlain to give the Cadets their first lead of the night as he nails a three, making it now 13-11. The Cadets get a rebound. They try to bring the ball down the court, but Javon Headley has other plans. He gets the steal, and he takes it to the hoop. He draws a lot of contact on his first shot, and if that wasn't a foul, then he gets his own rebound. He takes the second one. That's for sure, and the ball falls in the net. Hanley gets the three-point play. Score is now 21-17. This time, Timmy Lindquist can't get the three to drop on the Zephyr end of the court, so a quick transition for St. Thomas Academy. Sends the ball right back the other way with no look under the hoop. The ball is kicked out to Ben Schlepper, who drains it for a three and puts the Cadets above the Zephyrs once again. Now we get another three. Neck and neck at the end of the first half. O'Malley drinks that. He sinks it for a three, and he puts St. Thomas ahead again. leaving the first half. The Cadets led the Zephyrs by a single point, 41-40, and you're going to want to remember that for later. Only 25 minutes of real time off the clock for this first half, and that's the fast. St. Thomas jumps ahead out to their biggest lead of the contest, 46-40, after a trade from Sam Vassalero. And lucky for the Zephyrs, they have Carmogalero to drain his three. Scores now 46-47. Now after the Zephyrs gain a lead, no one guards O'Malley at the three-point line, and he gets that one from easy three. Now it's all 52-52 when the ball gets knocked out. Sam Vassalero slams the ball down. He gets teed up as he just can't do that, and that, folks, would change the game after that technical foul as he asked the ref why he got that technical foul. And remember, folks, this game is tied at 52-52. You just can't do that. And it was all Zephyrs after that. Javon Hadley has a nice move into the paint after free throws from the technical. It's 56-52 now. Now it's 58-53 after the ball gets to Shea for the Zephyrs for a couple points. And now we'll get another shot by Shea from a great assist by Lero. Zach Center adds a few points on the board after that one. The lead is now up 65-55, 9 minutes left to play. This time Carmogalero keeps that coming with another three-pointer. This kid was on fire, 68-55. It's the start of the end of the game right here. Now Carmogalero, he just can't miss. You know the bank is open. You know things are going right with that jumper at the free throw line. And the Zephyrs are ahead by 17 now. Now another technical comes against the Cadets. This time Dennis Kelly is the culprit. A little too much reaction after that. Foul's called on him. The refs certainly keeping their whistles close by. And the second half certainly was a completely different game than the first half as the Zephyrs went on a 25-11 run after that, a technical foul, or 35-11, really changing their momentum. And we talked to Carmogalero after this game.
They helped me through it, and yeah. And my coaches as well. Always encouraging me, especially, and just encouraging us to work hard. Yeah, just working hard and getting a lot of help from our teammates and it's hard work. Yeah, just to go out and play hard and play good defense. That was just our game plan, and we went out and executed.
All right, so that was a big game there. Mahtomedi picking up the win against conference rival St. Thomas Academy. I think we're going to get into another basketball highlight. We had another good game here. Shots of Tartan and North St. Paul. There it is. The annual rivalry between these two brought out a capacity crowd as it has for the past couple years. Both these teams coming in this one very good again. Polars seeking their third straight win, while the Tartan Titans coming in this one 11-0. So very exciting, and this one was going to be a classic as well. On Tartan's first possession, Antoine Kimmons lines up for the three and buries it, and that was going to be the first of many baskets for the Tartan senior. Speaking of seniors, good news, Capedel is on the other side. He showed off his range. He drains a three from the top of the key, and the two seniors start off trading blows, something they're going to do all night long. Second chance plays were just as crucial in this one. On Tartan's end, Kimmons misses a three-pointer here, but Dante Aganmanwe races to the rim and gets a friendly tip for the putback. Different players, same result a few plays later. Brady Hartman can't knock down the three, but Kenton Miller squeezes through the hole, goes back up, gets the foul and the basket. Titans build up an 8-point lead midway through the first. But it was North St. Paul's turn to attack the glass. Capedel missing a 15-footer, no problem there. Marcus Sims jumps up for the board and gets the lay-in. Under 2 minutes left in the first half. Off a steal, DeJuan Carter goes cross court to Bryce Phillips, and the senior takes a baseline drive. Friendly bounce tacks on 2 of his 12 points for this one, but the Titans led 33-29 at the break. And there's Bryce Phillips going baseline, getting the roll. So 33-29 lead for Titans at the break. We jump to the 8:40 mark of the second half. Ogunwanyi denies Capedel at the rim. Kimmons takes the ball at the court, then hands it to Joseph Kearney on the shovel pass. Sophomore finds a hole, drains the runner, and Tartan makes it 51-50. Polars respond with a short but sweet run. Titus Dean finds Yao Demenya open in the corner. The 6'2 senior fires it, and our camera op knew that triple was going in. The crowd cheers for that one big time as the rivalry continued to heat up. Short time later, Capedel takes a feed from Brendan Lankford. Johnson pulls up from 16 and knocks down the J. Capedel scored a team-high 29 for the Polars. The Titans trail 62-58 with over 3 minutes left. Kimmons wasn't ready to resign, drives through traffic and floats in a bucket en route to a season-high 38 points for the seniors. Now the Polars are back up 4 again. A perfect time for Carter to demonstrate his fearlessness. He'll take this drive to the rack, and the junior put up 14 points off the bench. No call there. Refs letting him be a little bit physical. Now the Titans are still behind by 4 as the seconds are ticking away. Andre Jenkins Whitmore bricks a three-pointer, but the Polars can't control the rebound. Hartman grabs the ball and with the defender in his face, sinks the triple to make it a 73-72 game. 3.5 seconds left to go on the clock. Now the Polars made their free throws, but the Titans had a chance with 2.8 seconds to go on the clock. Hartman looks for an inbound target, but his pass finds absolutely no one. The way to exhale is over, and North St. Paul could celebrate the gritty 76-72 win to take over first place in the Metro East. We had Mike Padan catch up with Good News Capedal DeJuan Carter to chat about the big win over District 622 rival, the Tartan Titans, who picked up their first loss on the game. Here's Mike Padan with the players.
You switched to a zone defense in that last minute to seal Tartan off. Was that by design, or was that something, how did you come up with it?
Yeah, that was by design, because we know they weren't shooting any threes that game. They weren't really shooting, they were just attacking, so we wanted them to shoot.
What does it mean not only to knock off an undefeated team, but also take first place in the Metro East with a win like this?
That was just a beautiful win. Everybody fought hard, both teams. That was just a good game, and that was a good one to win.
Well, with the work we put in the offseason and all the work we do during practice, we kind of expected to win, but we just got to humble ourselves and move on to the next one, and hopefully we can keep this rolling and go undefeated the rest of the season.
(44-41) at the break. Polars got the lead as Mahtomedi able to tie it down by 12 points. Got it tied, but the Polars able to get up by 5. Mahtomedi got down to 3 again. There's been a back and forth. It was a pretty crazy, hectic first half, wasn't it, John?
Yeah, Mahtomedi was down by 12 points at one time, Sam, and they went on a huge scoring streak. They couldn't miss from downtown, and now they're down by 3 after a nice little run by North St. Paul to end the first half. But this is a lot closer than it should be, especially if you're Coach Damian Johnson for North St. Paul.
Yeah, we saw Good News Capedal had to take a seat because of a couple of fouls. North St. Paul, a lot of team fouls in that first half, and they're going to start off with one away from the ball here again. And it'll be a turnover over to Mahtomedi. So Capedal had to sit a lot in that first half. We're going to see how things will be different here half number 2.
Yeah, it's nice to sit him down with 2 fouls because he's still got 3 to play with here in the second half. So you sit him down. I know they went on a little bit of a run, but now he can be down there for you for practically the whole second half here, Sam. 2 fouls now in the early going for North St. Paul.
And that one's going to go in Bryce Phillips. That's his second. On the court right now, it looks like number 10, Marcus Sims, the only one with real foul trouble. He's at 3 to start off the second half. Laro going to let a tough shot go hard off the glass. Hadley there for the rebound and the putback. And it's a 1-point game again.
Yeah, nice board by Hadley. Mahtomedi is definitely being more aggressive, getting the right spots for these rebounds in the last 10 minutes of the first half. And now here to start the second half. Down by 1. Coach Keith Newman is right where he wants to be with this team, especially after leading them to the comeback.
So Capedal, baseline jumper. Lindquist came out strong, contact. Shot doesn't go, but he'll go to the free throw line. So I think the refs got it right there. Timmy Lindquist just a little closing out on him, a little too strong.
Yeah, you feel like you got to play a little more aggressively, especially if you're playing one of the better players in the state. In Good News, who's going for his 6th point of the game, surprisingly. He was very quiet that first half, especially when he went on the bench. That doesn't help.
So sinks the first one. Yeah, I'm sure Lindquist getting out there, Capedal got the height advantage on him, so.
Now we'll see this right here. Did Lindquist come up with it? I don't think so. I think that was a terrible call, if you ask me. But nonetheless, Good News gets 2 shots at the free throw line. He hits 1, up by 2.
And Melter with the rebound. We saw North St. Paul. We talked about a lot of fouls against him in the first half, so you wonder if Damian Johnson maybe discussing with the officials a little bit going into the second half to get a little bit more of a balance in terms of foul calls.
Yeah, I think that was just the aggressive style play that North St. Paul played. It's just the styles for the teams as Laro starts off hot here in the second half, once again getting his 2-point bucket.
Oh yeah, he's looking pretty hot tonight. I might let him just have the green light. Phillips has the green light there. doesn't get it to go. Sims on the offensive board, and that's in.
Yeah, nice job by Sims there. But if you're Mahtomedi, this is definitely what you want to see from North St. Paul, as that's a nice jump ball call right there. You want North St. Paul to take the threes. In high school basketball, you let three-point teams, or you let a team take the three-pointer as much as they can. Odds are they're going to shoot about 30% or around there.
So Jack Shea beat Sims back down the court, but was tied up, and the possession arrow was with the Polars. So with the 2-point lead, North will get the basketball. Bryce Phillips off the dribble. Couldn't do anything with it under the basket, had to throw it out. Now to Sims for the jump shot. Too strong, and Lindquist with the board. Ready to roll the other way. Lindquist goes up for the free throw. Excuse me, the lay-in. That gets blocked all the way up to Phillips. And back to Capedja. I think Capedja will get credited for that block. Fadeaway jumper, too strong. Meltzer, good position down low and gets the board.
Exactly what you want if you're the Mahtomedi defense. What a pass!
Lindquist, great find. Shea couldn't find any of the iron. And Lindquist just picks it out of the air and puts it back.
Could get a replay of that. That was under the legs pass. That was filthy. And then his player airmails it right here. Let's see, Lindquist will drive down the court. He gets posted up. A little side pass, and then he airballs it, he gets it, and he makes the two. What a great play right there by Lindquist.
Yeah, we take a look, too, at that play. Damian Johnson took the timeout, very upset. You see that replay again. A lot of those black shirts just kind of standing watching that shot from Shea. Lindquist reacts to it and able to put it back in. We'll take a look again here. Watch after this initial shot from Jack Shea. All the North Polar defenders underneath the basket just sort of watch the shot go up.
Let's say that was a really bad shot by Shea. He had about 5 seconds there. He could have collected himself. Maybe he took 2 steps forward and shot it off.
You see the speed of the North defense kind of coming into play there. We saw with Phillips for North in the first half have a layup where he was probably anticipating a little bit of contact, just airballed it. There Shea, I think, was waiting for somebody to close down on him. And all of a sudden you don't see that coming, throws you off a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Sam. This team plays quick. And, if you're Mahtomedi right now, they're playing a great defense, a little bit of zone where they're pretty much just playing the lane. They're going to let the big guys and everybody else shoot from about 20 feet up to about 16, and that's what you need. Let them take low percentage shots, and that's why I think they came back in this game. North St. Paul made a lot of points in the paint early on in the going, and they haven't done so since.
47-47, counting down to 15 minutes left to go in the game. 3-point Polar lead at the half. Now Golden off the dribble, throws up a runner. That's rebounded by Meltzer. And he's able to keep control of it to get it to Hadley.
Meltzer's playing big, isn't he, today, Sam? He's playing like he's in control of that paint.
We saw that with Cole Chapman coming in the first half. That kind of turned the tide a little bit for Mahtomedi, just having that bigger presence. Meltzer's done a nice job in that role as well.
Yeah, just a junior. This kid's playing, he's playing his size tonight.
Hadley tries to drop it in, and Meltzer's poked away, but it'll stay with the Zephyrs.
Yeah, Coach Newman's not happy with the defense there. I think he thinks that he wasn't giving him any room, and he kind of held him off there.
Hadley at the top of the key, opposed by Capedja. Doesn't go with the screen. Takes it in, too strong off the glass, rebound,
wow,
and puts it back in.
That was impressive there by Hadley. Just a sophomore. This kid's going to be a gamer if he's already not.
He's the next good news Capedja, it looks like. Bryce Phillips with the teardrop. That knots it back up at 49.
Yeah, that was Mahtomedi's first lead of the night, I think, Sam.
Mahtomedi fighting their way all the way back. 12-point first half deficit.
Phillips with 10 points on the night now.
A bad pass from Lindquist into Hadley, taken away from Langford Johnson. Now Bryce Phillips going to have a wide open three-pointer. Short again. He's kind of left a lot of things short. Woo. Meltzer, though, trying to go too quick. Does it again. Nearly has it taken away.
Throw it down, big man.
Meltzer needs to throw that inbound pass, kind of just winging it with one arm. Needs to throw a strong two-handed chest pass. Nearly did it twice in a row. Had one taken away.
I think they're going to keep that on the floor, Sam. Nonetheless, Laro's playing lights out right now, Sam. I like how controlled he is coming into the lane. Bryce Phillips does the same thing for North St. Paul. They really are good when they're contested.
Take a look. There's that pass from Meltzer as he tried to just get it up the court quickly, then does it again on the inbound, nearly taken away. Came down to the other end, and that's where we had the foul on North going against Lero. Stays on the ground, so Mahtomedi keeps the ball. Here's Centers. Centers came in the first half, played very well. Goes up, and it's going to go the other way. That'll be an interesting one to take a look at. Looked pretty bang, bang.
It looked like I think the defender might have got his feet set there, Sam. It looked like the good call at the time. We'll see right here. Let's see if the defender gets his feet planted, as you'll see number 21 right there, Cochran. Oh, yeah, perfect defense.
Great job to step into it and get set. Yeah, nice.
You know, you take a beating down low and you get the foul, but you know what? It's worth it in the end. You get your team the ball back. And I think Coach Johnson's going to give you some props there, Cochran, when it comes to after the game.
There's DeJuan Carter back in the game, number 5.
12 points already.
I was going to say, he put in a few when he came in, does it again, draws contact.
Yeah, this kid, you know, he's playing outstanding tonight as he's going for his 15th point here at the free throw line. But he's made some threes. He's drove the basket. Here he'll take some contact, get a little finger roll, and one. Nice little running floater right there. That's impressive.
Yeah, going right at 6'10" Chapman.
Nice board by Lero.
Yeah, can't convert. Lero kind of off balance, tried to outlet pass. And with the athleticism of this North team, you just can't do that. Got to be crisp with the passing. Chapman able to go up and get the board. And Mahtomedi gets possession, trailing 4. 12:45 to go in the game.
Momentum's definitely swung back North St. Paul's way. I think Coach Newman needs to call a timeout here, Sam. They're playing sloppy. They don't really look like they have an identity right now like they had the last 10 minutes. Somebody's got to step up, create some more ball movement, maybe, you know, get Centers out for the 3. Hadley, you know, even the inbounder Lero.
Looking a little more confused out there than when they ended the first half. Lero out to Centers in the corner. Centers had a good look, doesn't get it to go. Now Cochran racing out with the rebound. He'll go right at the basket. Rolls off the front rim. And Javon Hadley now. Hadley backs it out, gets tipped. Chapman holding it for Mahtomedi. And Lero will try and collect things and set up the offense. There's Hadley, a lot of pressure from this North team as they're going to get some kickouts. Mahtomedi will, that is. Centers can't get it to go. Hadley gets the board. And with all that intensity on defense, Hadley throws it away.
Yeah, Sam, I'd really say, you know, Hadley's a great player, but if he's going to be an amazing player, he's got to be able to go with his left. He has a trouble time. He had a wide open lane isolation play on that one as he was drawn up. To go left-handed, to go right over the middle, and the defender dared him to use that left hand, and he didn't.
Langford Johnson going right at 2 strong. Doesn't hit any part of the rim. Centers tries to get it ahead of Chapman, and Chapman can't control it.
Sloppy. Coach Newman's got to call a timeout here. This is not good.
And that was one of the big things from that first half right away in the game when North built that lead. A lot of turnovers, a lot of unforced errors from Mahtomedi. That's kind of something we're seeing again here to start that second half.
Yeah, it was just like, as you're saying right now, Sam. But North St. Paul's taking a lot of errant shots, and it's keeping Mahtomedi in this game when North easily could have a 10-point lead.
Langford Johnson gives it away. Now Centers slow, misses it. Rebound to Lindquist, and he gets the tip in. It's 53-51.
Yeah, I think Centers was anticipating a lot more contact there. He did a great job slowing it up. Unfortunately, he didn't get any contact. He just completely missed. Great follow-up attempt by Lindquist.
Phillips got it to Carter. Carter way back. Good box out from Jack Shea, but nobody else on that side. And I think we're going to have a foul as Jack Shea trying to get position. They're going to call Cochran.
I didn't see anything there,
Or no,
Sam.
that's Langford Johnson. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they're kind of mixing it up, but it came after the fact. Whistle was a little bit late as
the ref is, you know, he's talking to Coach Johnson, trying to explain to him what's going on. I didn't see it there. As you said, it might have been late.
they're kind of away from the play a little bit. Lero doing a little bit too much dribbling.
Try to get too smooth with that behind the back, especially against this quick team. Just control the ball. You ain't got to be fancy.
Mahtomedi up to 4 team fouls now, trying to control that speed of North St. Paul. I think they picked up a few fouls because of it.
Yeah, and well, North's got 5. This game could come down to free throws, and I don't have the numbers on me. Mahtomedi has made a lot more than North St. Paul has.
Yeah, Mahtomedi, not a lot of attempts at the line, but been good. That nearly drops, bounces out, ball bouncing around some more. Now
Shea's
Cochran goes up for it again, and he'll bank it in.
Nice job by Cochran to get that rebound, Sam, but Shea has got to get that. He had the ball right in front of him. He just watched it. That's a play that I think Coach Newman's going to go back and watch this game and be very disappointed with.
I tell you something else that's kind of flown under our radar here the last couple minutes is Good News Capedjal's been on the bench. Not sure if he picked up a 3rd foul on one of those calls. Another errant pass from the Zephyrs. And it's Titus Dean that's fouled at the end of it.
These refs are a little quick with the whistles now against North St. Paul. As we'll see it right here. Yeah, just a little bit over the back, I guess. But, you know, that ref had the perfect view of it.
Oh, wow. So that went, well, I thought that was on the layup from Dean. Inbound pass stolen away. And DeJuan Carter, talk about Camargo Lero making tough shots. How about DeJuan Carter? He's done the same thing. 3-pointers from way out. Shea gets it. And the spin around the layup goes.
Yeah, Shea 6 points on the night, well below his season average, as he's averaging, I think, near 13 points.
And play getting a little sloppy out here. Both teams doing some things maybe a little bit ahead of their skill level, but Lero gets it in. And it is 57-55, 9.5 to go. Phillips way out, tough layup, but he's got some help underneath with DeJuan Carter. DeJuan Carter up to 18 points now.
This is Metro East basketball, Sam. This is outstanding. This is fun. Maybe really sloppy, but it's good. Yeah, Jack Shea averaging 13 points on the year per game. Mahtomedi's got to be a little bit quicker when they do that outlet pass to the wing.
Lero for 3, almost got the roll. That comes off to Carter. Up to Phillips. Phillips dribbles, floater in the lane, doesn't get anything. Meltzer on the board.
North's got to slow it down when they're on offense.
Jack Shea steps around the defender, and what a presence of mind to get the bucket. And it's a tie ball game at 59.
Good job by North St. Paul now, slowing it up. Call your offense, you're up. They're taking so many wild shots. I think if they didn't, they would be up by at least 10 points in this game, Sam. They're keeping Mahtomedi in it by themselves.
DeJuan Carter, I said he hit all sorts of shots. That one from way out.
About 30 feet deep. This kid's impressive, Sam.
I thought it was tied a moment ago. Wasn't tied at 59. It is now 62-57. Meltzer with it on the block, going to work against Cochran. Spins into the lane, off the backboard. But he gets called for the travel.
That's a bad call, Sam.
And yeah, Keith Newman wanting a foul before the travel, as he said he got pushed. And with a 5-point lead, 8:15 to go, Good News Capedja going to come back onto the court.
Let's watch
for
it
North
right
St.
here,
Paul.
Sam. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he definitely traveled. That wasn't a foul at all. I take back what I said on the bad call. That was a great call by the referee. Outstanding. These refs have been pretty good tonight, Sam.
Yeah, certainly with the speed and pace of play in this game, not an easy one to keep up with. Yeah, I think they've done a pretty decent job. Oh, and I think Zach Centers.
They're doing a little blood check.
Yeah, got a little blood is what our timeout is right here.
They're making sure he didn't touch anybody. Very, very good job by the referee over there. .8:13 left to play, Sam. This is Metro East basketball. Let's see what happens. This will be a fun ride to the finish.
North with a little bit of the momentum now, playing at home. But Mahtomedi's done a great job hanging in and never letting them get away too far. That one out to the corner, just off. Battle for the rebound, ends up with Titus Dean. He's underneath, and Lero has to foul.
Yeah, I think if Lero would have just went up, he would have missed it anyways. It was just hacking down.
Dylan Bateman, number 23, on the miss from the corner.
Yeah, he likes that 3-ball. Saw him during warm-ups. He airballed a couple, but, you know, he was close on that one. He's one of the few seniors. Actually, they got a lot of seniors on this team. As you see, they get the ball down here. Laro just comes down with both hands. He did get all ball. I think he got a little bit too much body. It's a nice call.
Titus Dean off on the first shot, off on the second. Meltzer keeps it alive, tips it to Jack Shea, who's able to pull in the board.
That was dangerous by Meltzer. Come down with that on your own 2 hands. You're a big boy. Be aggressive.
So Lindquist with Bateman on him, hands off to Hadley. Now Bateman stays with the ball carrier. Laro, tough shot from the free throw line. Doesn't get it. Hadley, offensive board, but gives it away to Bateman. Now Bateman goes the distance and hits the layup.
Nice play by Bateman, sneaking that pass out. They're great at getting those passing lanes in order to get turnovers, Sam. And Keith Newman's going to call a timeout, but he had the speed on the floor. Where's this kid been all the game? Great possession there by Bateman.
You talk about North St. Paul getting into those passing lanes. You got to wonder what that defensive influence from Damian Johnson has to do with that.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of full court press. You don't see that very much in high school basketball until maybe the last 5 minutes. But they've been playing it all game, and a lot of it's worked. Besides a few times Mahtomedi might have a lucky pass to split out of the double team.
And you kind of like the way they be mixing and matching the pressure, you know, bringing it, sometimes keeping Mahtomedi off balance. So we want to remind you of our social media.
Yeah, folks, you can always follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, /SECTV. Besides Twitter's SECTV Sports. You know, you can always message at SamSECTV, at JohnSECTV. We love the social media montage. It's one of our favorite parts of Sports Path. And just get connected with us, get a little closer. We cover a lot of things that isn't just basketball, football, hockey, the main sports. We cover everything, you know, including wrestling, skiing. You know, we're interested in it all from you Fab Four schools.
Yeah, we've covered this game and North Tartan games, basketball games that is, in the past couple years. We got those available on YouTube to watch. If you want to know how the rivalry's been in the past couple seasons, feel free to check that out.
Or else if you want to see some faces for radio, you can always check out Sports Path, you know, every first and third Wednesday of the month, or you can catch that on YouTube as well. It's always a fun time. But Sam, this game, I think we're seeing North St. Paul is really, you know, they're playing just a little better. They're playing a little more aggressively, and I think their aggressiveness is the reason why Mahtomedi is so close in this game, because they're making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, you can see why North St. Paul probably the favorite coming into this one. That slips out of the hand of Lindquist, no touch. And another turnover for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, we've been seeing they've been having trouble not only just passing, but most of the time we've been seeing North St. Paul cut off that lane when they try to run that same play onto the wing. And they're going to have to come up with something else. I think they might have to run a few isolation plays for Hadley. Get the ball in centers or Lindquist's hands. Make sure they get a 3, but center's out with that cut hand right now.
DePedgel gives it to Langford Johnson, who's able to drive the lane and get the easy 2. So it's up to a 9-point lead now for North St. Paul after Mahtomedi was able to cut it to 2.
Yeah, very huge swing of events here, Sam. I mean, this Mahtomedi team's got to score on this possession, or else North's going to come back and put this game into double digits.
Laro from 3. If anybody can get him back into it.
You tell him, Sam. It's just what they needed.
Bateman thought about the 3 pump fake. Gets a Capedgel on the elbow, and boy, a quick shot. Nothing but net for number 1.
He's smooth, man. He's got a fantastic shot at that top of the key. He loves that. I mean, but I don't know if he's comfortable shooting anywhere else. He loves taking 3s from that area. He loves taking 2s.
Cut from Jack Shea to the basket, gets fed, and it's 68-62.
Nice answer there by Mahtomedi. I think we're going to get a carry here by Good News. Sloppy play. This is the only reason Mahtomedi is in the game, Sam. Good News having a game that I think he'd like to forget.
And you see that sometimes, whether we've seen that over the years, things maybe not going his way, some tough calls, maybe not playing the best game he's ever had, and the body language, and you know, kind of sets in. And I think what would benefit him and North the most is if he just kept in it, kept after it, you know, despite what maybe the referees are calling, all that stuff, because North really is a better team when he's playing at his best.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Sam. You said that better than I could have.
So offensive board from Jack Shea, gets it to Laro. Laro trying to get the floater to go.
I don't know if that was really a foul. I think Laro just went up with it erratically, and he's going to get called. Coach Damian Johnson not happy with the calls. You can see right here, great job by our camera lady right next to us getting that shot. It's a beautiful one, as he was very displeased. But nonetheless, Mahtomedi could cut this to a 2-possession game.
Laro doesn't get the roll on the first free throw. Laro with 20 points in this one. Came into the game averaging just over 11 points per game.
Yeah, he's a senior, one of the few seniors on this team. 2-possession game.
If I'm one of these smaller local colleges, I might find a spot for Laro on our team next year. DeJuan Carter can't get the long three to go. Rebound to Capedgel. He takes it in the lane, and he'll make it in the paint as it's 70-63.
That's where good news best. He created that shot himself. He made the space. Double teamed. Makes it easy too.
And he just goes right into the contact, doesn't he?
Yep, they're going to be going to the line. Is it's still 1-1 here. If I'm Mahtomedi, I just drive. I just keep driving the lane and create the contact. North St. Paul is so aggressive. Why not?
So yeah, that is actually the 8th team foul on the Polars, 5 on Mahtomedi.
Yeah, when they went into the 1-1, it was on the Laro when he was already shooting. So now they'll be in the 1-1 here. That's huge for Mahtomedi, because they're still 2 fouls away themselves from getting North St. Paul in the 1-1. So free throws, as we talked about, could come down to this game.
This will be big for young Hadley to see if he can knock down the first of 2, which he does not. Chapman keeps it alive, out to Lindquist, who knocks down the 3.
Oh, wow, great job there. To get the board and then get it quickly out to Lindquist. He drains the 3. Not much arc on that shot. Then he hustles down and gets a turnover.
Yeah, 3 came off a little flat, I thought, out of Lindquist's hand, but nothing but net. He'll get it back. Another 3. That one hits the front rim, rolls in, and it's a 1-point game.
1-point game, back-to-back 3s by Lindquist. I told you, when this kid's feeling it, Sam, just like Laro, you get these kids hot. Wow.
I feel like if you're Coach Keith Newman, you just got to find whoever has the hot hand and just say, shoot.
Hey, it
whoever
was his
you
son
are, shoot.
last year, yeah. His son helped him beat Tartan last year, because they were streaky 3-point shooters. When we talk about Laro, doesn't he remind you a lot of Anthony Peeler? Streaky lefty 3-pointer.
Yeah, he just kind of isn't afraid of anything either. I like it. I like it. He'll take whatever shot. It's counting down to 4 minutes. Ball into the corner. Cross-court pass up to Phillips. Phillips tries something off the dribble, gets into the lane, draws contact. It's going to go to the line for the and 1.
See, that's the difference between Phillips and Hadley. Phillips is not afraid to go in with his left hand, switch to the right, go up with the layup. Great body control, great ball control. He went in there fearless, and he gets his team the and 1. Sam, if you're sitting at home, I hope you guys are having as much fun as we are having right now. As you'll see Phillips, he'll come down with the pass. He goes in strong with the left, and he goes up with the left.
Yeah, not sure who they got. Maybe Chapman there on the last swipe. Don't think he needed to do it, as Phillips was already past him into the basket. Phillips able to convert on the free throw, so a big 3 points for North St. Paul. 73-69.
2-possession game.
Mahtomedi's only had 1 lead in the game. Hadley leaves it short.
We got a little bit of arm on that one, Sam.
A lot of contact, didn't see it on the ball. No call, though. Golden goes in. He finds a crowd. That one's way up, and they're going to say it didn't get deflected. And that was Khalil Golden just throwing it over, so turnover for the Polars.
I think if you're Coach Keith Newman here, you're going to need to call a timeout in the next couple of minutes, especially with this full court press.
Yeah, so Polars going to put on the defensive pressure. Lindquist gets the inbound. They back off a little bit. Lindquist goes by Golden, gets it to Jack Shea. Shea with the right hand makes it 73-71.
Oh, he's really good with the ball in his hands right near the rim, Sam. He's got great body control, and he does it all through contact as well.
Now Bryce Phillips dribbling. He's had a really nice game. Number 4, taking Meltzer, the bigger player, off the dribble, kicks it to Langford. Johnson doesn't get the 3 to go. Lindquist ahead to Hadley. Hadley tracked down by Golden. Golden with the block.
Sam.
Oh, they call a foul.
Call a foul.
They called a foul.
Wow, I don't know about the foul, Sam. Let's check here. Let's see what happened with Golden. Hadley comes up. Oh, yeah, he got a lot of body.
His left hand
Yeah, it
was
was all
on
over
him.
his
He
back.
used it to get up there. Good call from the officials. Good call from the officials.
Hey, he had the
Obviously,
height and
the North
speed.
St. Paul crowd not liking that, but sorry, John.
No, he had it. He just got, I don't know what he was doing with his left arm. I think he just went up a little too quick.
He's just trying to get that extra bit of, lift on the jump. And if Hadley can knock down this free throw, big spot for the sophomore right here.
Oh, this is
free
fun.
throws late in the game. Probably the biggest basketball game he's ever played in. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, just a sophomore. Can he come up big for this Mahtomedi team?
Made the first, second one rolling, and it'll fall.
It puts Hadley up to 10 points, 6 below his season average, but I got a feeling he's going to get a few more here. 3 minutes left to go and counting down.
It's going to be a long 3 minutes. Meltzer out onto Carter. They switch. Valero
filthy.
can't get out there. Carter's been knocking him down from the next county all night.
24 points on the night. We're going to get a foul, and that's going to put Mahtomedi on the line.
That will. Mahtomedi going to the line for 2. It's going to be Timmy Lindquist. That'll be the third on Khalil Golden.
Yeah, he's got to calm down. He's got to calm down a little bit.
I was just trying to check here what the foul situation, player foul that is, situation for North St. Paul. Nobody above 3, at least out on the court. That was Golden's third. Thought maybe the way they reacted, he was at 4. That maybe put him at 5, but only at 3.
I just don't think there was much contact there.
Lindquist hits the heel of the rim and it falls in.
But these refs have been playing a great game, or they've been calling a great game tonight, not playing. Lindquist is a guy you don't want at the line. He's a great shooter. I jinxed him.
Just as you say, it goes off. Isn't it funny how that happens? I'm sure these refs kind of feel like they're playing the amount they've had to run up and down this court to keep up with these guys. And Capechel took a step before he dribbled there, and that's going to be an easy call.
Well, that ref sure took a long time to call it there, but
hey, he must know that we're on TV, adding a little drama into the call. I like it.
yeah, Coach Johnson's not happy. Good news on there.
So 2:30 left to go in the game. Lindquist to Lero. Mahtomedi trailing by 2. They've only led once, maybe twice. Can't remember at this point if they led at 2-0. And Keith Newman decides to call a timeout as his offense was struggling to set things up there a little bit.
Nice timeout call by Newman. I think he saw something that he didn't want to see there as they were trapped in the corner. Great call.
So 2:21 left to go in this one. Not sure how it's going to shake up. Glad you could be with us for this broadcast. We'll look at our upcoming broadcast schedule. Can't guarantee they'll all be this good, but
Sam,
got
we
some good
usually
matchups on there, man.
Yeah, we usually get stuck with the blowouts. We're finally getting a good one, and boy, is it fun. But the upcoming broadcast, we got Mahtomedi Tartan on the first. That's going to be an outstanding game. Lots of hockey for you guys. It's basketball and hockey season. It's getting down to the Metro East matchups, Suburban East matchups. It's going to be a fun time as we get into the section playoffs.
Yeah, we're lucky here at SEC. Our Fab Four schools do such great jobs in the winter. Taking a look, February 6th, you got that hockey game, Mahtomedi St. Thomas. St. Thomas probably the best team in state, but Mahtomedi a very good team as well. Then we got basketball, Tartan and North. That's always a heck of a matchup.
Yeah, North St. Paul and Hastings should be a decent game. Hastings is definitely stepping up this year. Surprisingly, they've been bad for so long. Hastings at 4-3 in conference, 7-8 overall, but that's better than they have been the past few years. And another Fab 4 team that stepped up is the White Bear Lake boys basketball team. They have a winning record after being very poor the last few years, but they're a young squad. Let's get back to this one, though.
Yeah, they sit just behind Tartan in that tough Section 4 standings. Lindquist from the corner can't get it to go. And Titus Dean with the rebound up to Golden. Got Hadley off his feet. And so that'll be the foul. That will put North St. Paul into the bonus.
Yeah, crazy events there. I mean, Lindquist could have nailed that, and they would have went up by 1.
That was a good look for Timmy Lindquist. Not sure if they call this foul on the ground or on the shot. Think they're going to call it on the ground. So, well, we'll see here. Nope, they got 2 shots. So it was a shooting foul. The Golden going to be able to make this a 4-point game. He can knock down the second free throw.
Yeah, can we talk about the game DeJuan Carter's had tonight, Sam? 24 points. This kid, just a junior, playing outstanding. I think, North will be in good hands once Good News Capiga loses this game.
Yeah, the thing about Carter is he's found his 3-point stroke. The thing is, it's like 2 or 3 steps beyond the 3-point line.
Yeah,
so that's tough to defend.
Yeah, it is. He nailed that one from 30 earlier.
Meltzer gets doubled, somehow got it out to Hadley. Hadley goes into the paint. He'll take it right at the basket. Can't get the tough right-handed land to go. Now a tie-up, and I believe the possession arrow is with the Zephyrs, so it'll stay.
Yeah, I think Coach Johnson telling his team, hey, come down with that rebound. They had every opportunity. They had 3 guys down there, and somehow Hadley comes away with his own board.
Jack Shea on the inbound gets it to Laro. Laro to Lindquist, who will set up the Zephyr offense. Takes the screen. Shea rolls off it, but Lindquist throws up the fadeaway. Shea with the one-handed tap in. And it's 78-76, 90 seconds to go.
Heads up play from a great player. He's now 1 point above his season average at 14 points. Got his team within one
Lindquist
possession.
picks Phillips' pocket, goes up for the lay-in and gets it.
Tie ball game, Sam. 1:18 left to go. Oh my goodness.
That was a huge play. Both teams in the bonus, but we're tied. And 1:10 and counting.
Holy cow, Sam. This is all you could ask for.
Dewan Carter trying to take Laro one-on-one. Laro stands the ground. Now over to Capechel, who's on Meltzer. That's got to be a bit of a mismatch. Capechel into the lane, and we'll have a whistle.
A little too much body, I think, there, Sam. Say fouls. I mean, if I'm Mahtomedi, say Good News makes 1 of 2 free throws right here. I drive the lane, try to draw as much contact as I can. You're guaranteed 2 free throws.
That's tough luck there for Meltzer. Obviously has a bit of an athleticism mismatch going against Good News. And I think the refs maybe bailed him out a little bit. Meltzer seemed like he was holding his own pretty well.
He did, Sam. I think he just, I thought it was good that they have Meltzer on him, and then they had help side D by not 1 but 2 players. So if Good News would have kicked it out, they probably would have kicked it out to a guy who shot a 3. I think that's a great defensive call there by Coach Newman.
Also heads up play from the senior Good News Capechel to attack that mismatch. And, you know, with the opportunity to go to the line.
If I'm Good News Capechel, though, and I got his athleticism and his skill, I'm not afraid to attack anybody.
Makes the first, second one. And looking confident from the charity stripe right there.
Good News
and
is
David
coming
Johnson going to make a substitution. As Cochran coming back in. Cochran played very nice first half. Lindquist going right at the basket. Laro takes a step back from 3. Can't get it. Bouncing around, Lindquist board. Too strong as it comes off the front iron. And with less than a minute, North St. Paul's going to have it run.
Nice
Laro
foul.
makes the foul. Langford Johnson almost got a chance to get it up. Excuse me, that was Cochran taking the shot attempt.
Wow,
Laro bumped him off it enough.
Lindquist had a great play, Sam, and he unfortunately couldn't make it, but a nice foul here by Laro.
Yeah, it was really good hustle from Lindquist to even get that opportunity. And I think another case of anticipating a lot of contact. Did a pretty good job to control himself, but just threw it up a little too hard. So Cochran knocks down an important one. Makes it 81-78.
5 points on the night for him.
He's a senior as well. And a big moment for the senior as he puts the Polars up 4.
And Norris coming with the full court press, backing off just a little bit. All he needs is a 2. Get a 2.
Mahtomedi is going to have to get a quick shot. Lindquist drives the baseline, finds Shea. And that was a well-designed play by the Zephyrs to get Jack Shea a look at the basket.
Yeah, I like it. You only need a 2, you drive in there. But hey, how about those free throws on the last possession, right when they needed it? That's coming up big for a senior there. You can't really ask for much more than that there. Cochran, playing a great game.
4 consecutive free throws between Cochran and Capechel. He missed even one of those, and we have a different tale potentially.
Yeah, now they're bringing Capechel back in the game. They're switching him and Cochran out. Cochran will play defense. Capechel will play offense.
Shea knocked down the first free throw. Second one, that's way too long. Rebound to Capechel. He's fouled.
It's not the guy you want to foul.
We'll have free throws on the other end. Just knocked down a pair. And if he can hit these, that can be big. Even with 1 free throw, it'll be a 2-possession game. Nothing but net first go around.
Yeah, you wouldn't think, looking at, Good News' game today, that he would have 15 points, but he does, looking for his 16th point.
That one's off. Still a 2-possession game, though, 4-point lead. Lindquist racing up the other way to Hadley. Hadley's got to get it off quick to Laro. They didn't need a three. Laro almost knocks it down. Hadley rebounds. Zach Centers will throw up a three. That's short. Rebound to Laro. Laro looking for another three. Wild off the side of the backboard. And with 1.5 to go, looked like a lot of the Zephyrs were backing off of it. We have a whistle. And they're just going to call a personal foul on Timmy Lindquist. But with a 4-point deficit and 1.5 seconds to go, game's pretty much done as it is. Looks like Khalil Golden will go to the free throw line to take the shots. But a heck of an effort by this Mahtomedi team to battle back into this one.
Yeah, way to rally. I mean, you can tell what team's 4A and what team's 3A just by the skill alone, but this Mahtomedi team, they're well coached. And I think that makes a big difference. Damian Johnson's still trying to implement his system onto this North St. Paul team. But man, he's got some players, doesn't he, Sam?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, in the first couple minutes of this game, the way Mahtomedi was turning the ball over and the speed and athleticism of this North St. Paul team, we thought this might be a 30-point game when it was all said and done. So all the credit in the world to Keith Newman and the Zephyrs for coming back into this one and coming back a year after losing a ton of seniors. But North St. Paul is going to remain perfect in the Metro East. That's going to be a 7-0 mark for the Polars in conference, improved to 11-3 overall. Mahtomedi falls to 500, 3-3 in conference, 11-5 overall. Well, that's going to do it for us. We want to thank everybody here at SEC. Thank you all for watching. It's Metro East basketball right here on SEC Sports. The Polars win it 84-79.